Let me ask you a question. What would it take to consider someone as one of the greatest speedrunners to touch the game? Would it be holding multiple world records and consistently being a top runner? Allow me to introduce you to NiceTwice.
Do you see my hole?
Yes. How can I come down there?
Yeah, just jump down, I have water.
Okay.
What? No, no, no!
No.
No way!
What was that?
It went
What
to
the
ice.
fuck? No way.
When did you start playing Minecraft? That was, I think, back in 2012, and it started with like someone brought Minecraft on a USB stick to school, and we just started playing on the LAN world together during class. Who was your biggest inspiration when you started speedrunning? I found out about speedrunning through German YouTubers and streamers who started doing co-op speedruns, and one of them also did solo speedruns, and I thought that I can do that as well, and my goal was just to be faster than them. The YouTuber is called BastiGHG, the other one Hawaii Valle. And yeah, right after that, I also found Illumina stream when he was doing SSG speedruns. And with that, I also found Benex doing 1.14 speedruns, and my goal was to like play on the same level.
NiceTwice, similar to others, started out with pretty humble beginnings in speedrunning.
What was your first PB? As I said, I started with 1.14, and back then there was no TNT strat, so what you just did was getting gold and diamonds from the fortress and chop wood, and with this strat my first PB was 54 minutes. And in 1.16, well, when 1.16 came out, my PB in 1.14 was 27.5 minutes, and the first run I finished in 1.16 was, I think, 48 minutes, but I'm not sure.
Before I talk about his speedrunning career, I will mention a couple of things. Prior to speedrunning, he had 2,800 subscribers on YouTube, mostly from uploading survival games highlights videos, and NiceTwice is a bit of a category hopper, so this video is going to jump around a lot, but everything is in chronological order. The first ever speedrun that he submitted to the Minecraft Speedrun leaderboards was on February 19th, 2020, with a time of 51 minutes and 36 seconds. This run was in version 1.14, and at the time it was 7th place on the leaderboards. 12 days later, he would improve his time to 41 minutes and 48 seconds, bringing him up to 6th place. 10 days after that, he got a time of 38 minutes and 47 seconds, just barely outside of the top 3. For the next 3 months, he would stop playing the category to focus on some other categories. On March 17th, him and his brother, Minecraft submitted their first 1.14 Duos PB at 36 minutes and 2 seconds. A little under a month later, they improved their time to 26 minutes and 29 seconds, putting them first place on the leaderboards. 4 days later, 24:45. But now they had real competition. On that same day, Illumina and Fruitberries teamed up and got a time that was exactly 2 seconds faster. Instead of immediately contesting this, NiceTwice and Minecraft teamed up with a player named Fati and easily claimed the trio's world record with a time of 25 minutes and 4 seconds. This also took place on April 20th, so insert funny joke. 3 days after this, the dynamic duo of brothers reclaimed the duo's world record with a time of 23 minutes and 41 seconds. On April 27th, NiceTwice would team up with Real Benex, Hendrini, and Foti to get the quads world record, and they did with a time of 25 minutes, 0 seconds, and 530 milliseconds. You are probably wondering why I was that specific with the time, and the reason for that is because they broke the previous world record by under half a second. Over the few weeks that he hadn't played duos, Frozen and Real Benex took the world record in the category, and NiceTwice, again teaming up with his brother, would not let that stand. On May 14th, 2020, they got a time of 21 minutes and 35 seconds. This record stuck for a bit, and by a bit, I mean nearly 6 months. Was this because the time was super good, or because not many people were playing the category? Probably a combination of both. Anyways, let's get back to the timeline. On May 31st, NiceTwice dabbled in some set seed glitchless, improving his time from 6 minutes and 27 seconds to 4:43 over the span of 10 days, bumping his leaderboard position from 6th place to 6th place. After not touching 1.14 RSG for just under 3 months, he returned to it by immediately improving his PB by 5 minutes with a time of 33:15, putting him at 20th place on the leaderboards. Fear not, because 6 days later, he dropped his time by 5.5 minutes, getting a 27:36, bumping him all the way up to 7th. Let's look at the date that this took place though, because June 23rd was a very significant day. You see, this was the day that Minecraft 1.16 came out. The first 1.16 run that NiceTwice submitted was a time of 27 minutes and 12 seconds, taking place a mere 4 days after the category was released. This time was only second to Real Benix's 24:32, but that wouldn't last for too long. On July 3rd, 2020, NiceTwice would submit a run that was so ahead of its time that it truly raised the question of if a sub 20 was possible. His time was 21 minutes and 8 seconds. Let's break down this run. He spawned in a savanna biome and immediately started chopping a tree. After this, he made his way to a cave where he got stone tools. After getting a bunch of gravel, he made his way to a nearby desert village. In there, he found an insane blacksmith chest holding 3 diamonds and 4 iron ingots, along with some armor and a sword. The significance of this is that it enables him to completely skip killing the iron golem. After getting a bunch of hay bales, he traded them to a farmer for emeralds, which he used to get arrows from a fletcher. After finding a nearby lava pool, he entered the nether at just under 5 minutes and spawned directly next to a fortress. Not only that, but the spawner was right there. After some pretty bad raids, he had all of his blaze rods by just over 8.5 minutes, and the next thing he did was mine gold nugget ore to use to craft ingots to trade with a piglin. After trading just 4 ingots, he got 2 pearl trays, which has less than a 1% chance of happening. He was out of the nether at 10 minutes and 18 seconds, and his Eye of Ender took him over a desert. After about a minute of running, he found an ocean, which ended pretty quickly. After traversing through a savanna and a mountain biome, he found another ocean. After this ocean ended, he threw one more eye on land and it completely changed directions. He was digging down for the stronghold at the low 16-minute mark and dug into it at 16 minutes and 30 seconds. After about 10 seconds of routing the stronghold, he found the portal room and was in the end at 16 minutes and 49 seconds. Something to note is that during this time period, the 1 cycle was a thing but not optimized at all, so players mainly resorted to bowing the dragon to death. After a pretty slow end fight, he managed to finish off the dragon with a bed, finishing the run at 21 minutes and 8 seconds, securing a world record that would stick for over a month. The reason that I say this run is so ahead of its time is because we would not see an end entrance that fast until a run by Real Benix over 2 months later.
Oh, let's go, Junge. Oh mein Gott. 21. Which one are you most proud of? First one I would say is my former world record in 1.16. A lot of you should know about it because it's like it was a record for about 1.5 months, and it was just classic strats. When 1.16 came out, it didn't get beaten for a long time, and I think I can be pretty proud of it. I got quite lucky with that.
I should also mention that with this run, his YouTube and Twitch started gaining a lot of followers and his average viewers for streams shot up. The timing of this run was quite unfortunate for NiceTwice though, because 6 days later, a YouTuber by the name of Zyphon released a video exposing a player named Drem for faking a speedrun. At the current day, this video has over 11 million views, and one of the main reasons why he was able to expose this player is because his loading screen didn't match up with what it should have looked like. Here is what he said in the video.
When the cheater started up the world, the loading screen began in the center. In the other video footage, you saw how the loading screen looks whenever you load up the same seed. No matter how many times you load up the seed, the loading screen always begins in the bottom left corner. Try it for yourself. Here's the seed on the screen, and you will see.
This information was wildly misunderstood by the masses and interpreted as any loading screen that doesn't start from the bottom left corner means the run is fake, which is false. Unfortunately, NiceTwice had committed the crime of having his loading screen not start from the bottom left corner, so he got a lot of hate from the viewers of the video, being that his run was the world record. Fortunately, Zyphon cleared this up pretty quickly, but the effects of that are still seen today on NiceTwice's video. The comments are disabled, and his like to dislike ratio is wildly disproportionate, especially compared to other world records. After this run, on July 30th, 2020, NiceTwice teamed up with RealBenX, Minecraft and Frozen to take the hotly contested 1.16 4-player world record with a time of 18 minutes and 50 seconds. I say hotly contested because at this time, second place was barely behind them with a time of 33 minutes and 1 second. Exactly a month later, he would improve his 1.14 set-C glitchless time to 3 minutes and 30 seconds, putting him at 11th place, and on September 1st, NiceTwice got his first ever sub-20 run in 1.16 with a time of 19 minutes and 51 seconds. 19 days later, he teamed up with his brother, Minecraft, and shattered the 1.16 duos world record with a time of 21 minutes and 19 seconds, and 2 weeks later, while he was playing 1.14 RSG, he beat his previous PB with a time of 26 minutes and 23 seconds. Just to give you some time to process all of these runs, this will be a bit of an intermission. Have I brought up the sponsor of today's video yet? No, I haven't, because there is no sponsor. If you can't tell at this point, NiceTwice plays a bunch of different categories. Alright, back to the speedruns, where he would try 1.16 SSG and get a time of 2 minutes and 46 seconds, which was 18th place on the leaderboards. On October 27th, NiceTwice teamed up with his brother again to try to take back their 1.16 duos world record, only to fall short by 2 seconds with a time of 19 minutes and 48 seconds. Not to worry though, because 5 days later, they took it back, getting a 19:37. The very next day, NiceTwice got a time of 18:17 in 1.16 RSG, which was 5th place at the time. The day after that, he improved his 1.16 SSG PB to 2:39, and yet again, on the very day after that, he got a time of 24:04 in 1.14 RSG, which brought him to the top 15. 3 weeks later, he improved his 1.16 PB to 17:47, bringing him up to 6th place. On December 6th, he decided to attempt an all-advancement speedrun, which took him a grueling 16 hours and 35 minutes. This was a 3rd place time, and in my opinion, even completing the speedrun is already an achievement.
Another run I'm pretty proud of is my all advancements run. I think there should be more runners trying this category, even though it takes a long time. But it's a lot of fun and also requires a lot of skill.
On December 15th, he improved his 1.16 SSG personal best to 2:29, which was a 4th place time on the leaderboards. 15 days later, he got a new PB in version 1.14 with a time of 23 minutes and 8 seconds, and since this is his current PB, let's break down this run. NiceTwice spawned on an island and immediately punched down a tree. After crafting sticks, doors, and a boat, he was ready to go to the ocean. He found a shipwreck with 9 iron and 4 emeralds in it, then went to his second one, which had 5 more emeralds. The third one he went to had 8 more emeralds, and the fourth one had 5. The reason that he needs all of these emeralds is to trade with villagers later on. After crafting full iron armor, tools, and a flint and steel, he was ready to enter the nether. Unfortunately, the first magma ravine that he found was fake, but this was a blessing in disguise because he boated straight to an ocean monument. After getting the gold from it, he traveled to nearby land and found a lava pool. He entered the nether at the late 10-minute mark and spawned right next to a fortress where he easily found a blaze spawner. After getting 7 rods, he was out of the nether by the 13:30 mark and almost immediately found a desert village. After sleeping the night, he started his trades. He placed down a brewing stand and traded all of his gold to the cleric for emeralds, and luckily he got the 66% chance of the ender pearl trade. After trading all of his emeralds for pearls, he threw his first eye at the 17:30 mark. One thing to keep in mind is that he had traveled a long way from spawn, so there was a chance that the stronghold was very close. Well, it was close, and the portal room was ocean exposed. I should also mention that 2 of his eyes broke, so he needed a 2-eye. Luckily, it was a 2-eye, and he was in the end at the 19-minute and 30-second mark. Unfortunately, the dragon took ages to perch, but when it did, he barely didn't do enough damage to kill it, so he just finished it off with an axe, setting a new PB of 23 minutes and 8 seconds. At the time, this run was 12th place, and 4 months later, it's sitting at 27th. His first run of 2021 would come in the form of a 5-9 players 1.16 RSG world record, where he teamed up with Streffen, Uncle Tan, Sam33H, and DMax to get a time of 21 minutes and 58 seconds. The very next day, he shattered his 1.16 RSG PB with a time of 15:29, which was 3rd place on the leaderboards. Hey, remember when I said that NiceTwice and Minecraft 1.14 duo world record stood for just under 6 months? Well, after it was beaten, they took it back on January 20th with a time of 18 minutes and 57 seconds. This time completely stomped the previous world record by over 2 minutes and is still on top today. That wasn't even his crowning achievement for the week though, because 3 days later, he teamed up with Minecraft and D-Max to beat a random seed in the fastest time ever. Let's break down this run. They spawned in a village with a blacksmith that would make even the most experienced runners shit their pants.
Oh my god, oh my, oh.
Not only did it have a diamond pickaxe, but also 10 obsidian, so they didn't even need a lava pool. After gathering basic tools, they all entered the nether at 2 minutes and 20 seconds. When they entered, they immediately saw a fortress and split up the work by having Minecraft get the blaze rods, while him and D-Max mined gold nugget ore to try to get pearls from the piglins. After NiceTwice mined a bit of gold, he started breaking up the nether portal in order to have enough obsidian to blind travel. Once they had the rods, they did an educated travel, and after NiceTwice got the angle of the stronghold, he broke the remaining obsidian he needed to get to 10. After blinding, the eye thrower went backwards, telling them that they were very close, and after a bit more triangulation, they were digging down at the low 10-minute mark. It took them about 40 seconds to locate the portal room, and they were all in the end at 11 minutes and 10 seconds. The dragon took about a minute and a half to purge, and after Minecraft 1 cycle, they secured the world record. This world record has not been beaten to this day. Up until this point, you may have noticed that the only category that NiceTwice hasn't touched is pre 1.9. Well, that would change in the month of February. His first time was 48 minutes and 49 seconds, followed by a 40:35 5 days later. His next PB in the version would come on March 8th with a time of 30 minutes and 5 seconds, which put him into 25th place on the leaderboards. At the making of this video, the last run that he submitted was a new PB and 1.16 RSG, bringing his time down by a few seconds to 15:24, but he got a 15:08 that hasn't been verified yet. I'm going to quickly break down this run. He spawned on an island and quickly made his way to a shipwreck. This shipwreck somehow had 21 iron, and since the island had no trees, he got his wood from it as well. He found a lava pool and entered the nether at 2 minutes and 35 seconds. He found a bastion at the 3-minute mark, and it was a bridge. After routing it and getting all of the necessary items from it, he was in search of a fortress before the 6-minute mark. The fortress was visible from the bastion, so that search didn't take him too long. After almost dying to a wither skeleton, he got all of his rods and was blind traveling at 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Fortunately for him, the stronghold was not too far away, only taking him about 2 minutes to find. He entered the stronghold at 12 minutes and 38 seconds, and it took him about 1.5 minutes to route it. He was in the end at the low 14-minute mark, and the dragon purged for him very quickly. He nailed the 5 bed, even doing a 4+1 at the end, which is where you explode the bed, then quickly place another one and explode it, avoiding the last turn. Once verified, this run will be placed somewhere in the top 25. The last achievement that he has gotten so far was uploaded to his YouTube on April Fool's Day and happened a few days prior to that. He teamed up with Minecraft and set a brand new 1.16 Duos RSG world record with a time of 12 minutes and 25 seconds, but unfortunately it was beaten by Feinberg and Raynex a day later. Regardless, 12:25 is an extremely respectable time. Quick update, about 2 hours after I voiced over this entire script, he posted a 218.283 SSG 1.16 run on YouTube, so yeah. I will also give a quick mention to all of his category extension PBs. On August 20th, he got a 1.14 SSG killing the Elder Guardian world record at 26.14 seconds. This run is currently 2nd place. On August 27th, he got a 1.16 SSG killing the Wither world record at 11 minutes and 36 seconds. This run is currently 6th place. On September 3rd, he obtained an emerald in 1.16 random seed glitchless in 5.7 seconds. This run was 8th place and currently sits at 21st. On September 25th, he entered the nether in 1.16 RSG in 20 seconds, putting him at 7th place on the leaderboard. This run is currently 37th place. On November 9th, he obtained a diamond in 1.16 RSG in 7.5 seconds, putting him in 15th place. He is currently 24th. On February 11th, he killed the Elder Guardian in 1.16 RSG with a time of 1 minute and 11.8 seconds. This run was 2nd place at the time and currently sits in the same position. A day later, he killed the Elder Guardian in 1.16 SSG with a time of 14.25 seconds. This run was 2nd place at the time and currently sits in 3rd. He also has a time of 14:54 in Filtered Seed Glitchless, which uses a seed generator that gives you a god seed every time and holds a 5th place time in getting Hero of the Village advancement in a random seed at 4 minutes and 9 seconds. To conclude this video, I want to do some math. NiceTwice submitted his first run to the Minecraft Speedrun leaderboards 415 days ago. Over that time, he has held 13 world records. On average, this guy has gotten 1 world record every 32 days at the time of making this video. For comparison, this guy has gotten more world records than the amount of summoning salt videos that were released in the same time frame. From the time he started speedrunning to the current day, his combined RSG time is 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 37 seconds, which puts him in 6th place. I hope you enjoyed the video, but before it ends, here are a few words from NiceTwice.
When you started speedrunning Minecraft, did you ever expect yourself to be in the position that you are at right now? I guess I was pretty confident that I can improve and get better. To improve myself, I just watch others and how they do, try to understand the strategies and yeah, just learn from them. So yeah, as I said, I'm playing Minecraft for a pretty long time and I got some experience out of playing a lot of survival games on gomhd.net. That's an European server. I mean, I created content before speedrunning about just survival games and PvP and stuff. So I always try to get publicity out of that. I did not expect that it's gonna work with speedrunning that way. And I mean, what helped for that was getting a world record. And yeah, shortly after I got the record and there were more and more people watching me, I couldn't understand why they would watch me. I don't know if that makes sense, but I always ask the question, I ask myself, why are they watching me and not someone else? I don't know. So I'm very grateful for everyone who supports me and watches me and yeah, just likes to watch my speedruns.